Hello again, dreamer. Get comfy. Let the world fade away. Tonight, we travel to a forest that remembers every dream ever dreamed. Let's begin. In the vast tapestry of human civilization, few inventions have had as profound an impact on public health and daily life as the development of sanitation systems. The story of how ancient peoples managed their waste is not merely a chronicle of practical engineering solutions, but rather a fascinating journey through cultural evolution, social organization, and technological innovation. From the earliest hunter-gatherer settlements to the sophisticated urban centers of antiquity, the management of human waste has been an integral part of societal development, reflecting both the challenges and triumphs of human ingenuity. Archaeological evidence suggests that the need for organized waste disposal emerged alongside the first permanent human settlements approximately 10,000 years ago. As nomadic groups transitioned to agricultural lifestyles and established fixed dwellings, they faced new challenges in maintaining hygienic living conditions. The accumulation of waste in confined spaces presented immediate health risks and required innovative solutions. Early attempts at waste management were rudimentary yet effective. Simple pits dug into the ground served as basic toilets, while natural water sources were utilized for washing and cleansing purposes. The significance of these early sanitation practices extends far beyond mere convenience. They represent humanity's first steps toward understanding the relationship between cleanliness and health. Ancient civilizations recognized, perhaps instinctively, that poor sanitation led to disease and suffering. This fundamental realization would drive centuries of experimentation and refinement in waste management techniques. In Mesopotamia, for instance, the cradle of civilization, we find some of the earliest examples of purpose-built drainage systems dating back to 4000 BC. These primitive channels, carved from stone and clay, demonstrate an emerging understanding of water flow and its potential applications in waste removal. As societies grew more complex, so too did their approaches to sanitation. The Indus Valley Civilization, flourishing around 2600 BC, developed what many consider the world's first comprehensive urban sanitation system. Their cities featured sophisticated networks of covered drains, household latrines connected to main sewage lines, and even dedicated workers responsible for maintaining these systems. This level of organization speaks volumes about the importance ancient peoples placed on hygiene and public health. Similarly, in ancient Egypt, where the Nile River played a crucial role in daily life, elaborate methods were devised to manage waste while respecting religious beliefs and social hierarchies. The study of ancient sanitation practices reveals much about the values and priorities of past civilizations. For example, Roman society placed tremendous emphasis on public baths and toilets, viewing them not just as functional necessities but as social institutions that promoted civic pride and community well-being. The famous Roman aqueducts, while primarily designed for supplying fresh water, also facilitated advanced sewer systems that helped maintain the empire's famously clean cities. These engineering marvels demonstrate how sanitation infrastructure could become a symbol of cultural achievement and technological prowess. Moreover, the evolution of toilet design and waste management reflects broader patterns of cultural exchange and technological diffusion. As trade routes expanded and civilizations interacted, innovations in sanitation spread across continents. Chinese inventors, for instance, developed paper as a cleaning material during the Tang Dynasty 6118-907 CE, a practice that would eventually revolutionize personal hygiene worldwide. Meanwhile, Islamic cultures refined water-based cleansing methods, incorporating them into religious rituals and daily practices that influenced regions from Spain to Southeast Asia. Understanding these historical developments provides valuable context for appreciating modern sanitation systems. Many principles employed by ancient engineers, gravity-fed water flow, separation of waste streams, and regular maintenance schedules, remain fundamental to contemporary plumbing design. The challenges faced by our ancestors in managing waste mirror those we encounter today, albeit on a different scale and with different technologies. Issues such as water conservation, environmental impact, and equitable access to sanitation facilities continue to shape our approach to waste management. This exploration of ancient sanitation practices serves as a foundation for understanding the remarkable innovations that followed. From the simple pit latrines of prehistoric times to the complex hydraulic systems of classical civilizations, each advancement built upon previous knowledge while addressing new challenges. The story of how people used to flush toilets in ancient times is not merely a technical narrative. It is a testament to human creativity, adaptability, and the enduring quest for healthier living environment. As we delve deeper into this history, we uncover not only the practical solutions devised by our ancestors, but also the cultural context that shaped their approaches to one of humanity's most basic needs. The Fertile Crescent of Mesopotamia, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, stands as a monumental testament to humanity's earliest experiments in organized sanitation. The Sumerians, who thrived in this region from approximately 4000 BCE, demonstrated extraordinary foresight in developing systems that would influence urban planning for millennia. Their approach to waste management was characterized by an intricate network of canals and drains that transformed raw geography into a sophisticated infrastructure capable of supporting dense urban populations. At the heart of Sumerian sanitation technology lay their revolutionary use of baked clay pipe. Unlike earlier civilizations that relied primarily on open trenches or natural waterways, the Sumerians engineered underground conduits specifically designed for waste disposal. These pipes, ranging from 6 inches to 2 feet in diameter, were meticulously crafted using local clay resources and fired at high temperatures to ensure durability. The pipes were carefully angled to facilitate gravity flow, demonstrating a sophisticated understanding of hydraulic principles long before formal scientific concepts existed. The city of Ur, one of Mesopotamia's most prominent urban centers, showcases the apex of Sumerian sanitary engineering. Archaeological excavations have revealed an impressive network of brick-lined sewers running beneath the streets, connecting individual homes to central drainage channels. Each household typically featured a small latrine room, often located near the kitchen area, equipped with a bench-like seat and a hole leading directly to the municipal drainage system. Remarkably, these household connections were standardized, suggesting a degree of urban planning previously unseen in human history. Water management formed the backbone of Mesopotamian sanitation systems. The Sumerians ingeniously harnessed the natural topography of their riverine environment, creating artificial elevation changes through terracing and raised platforms. This allowed them to establish a consistent gradient for wastewater flow, preventing stagnation and reducing the risk of contamination. Large cisterns and reservoirs collected rainwater and river overflow, which could then be directed through distribution channels to various parts of the city, including bathing areas and public toilets. Public toilets themselves represented another significant innovation in Mesopotamian society. Unlike private facilities, these communal spaces were constructed with multiple seating arrangements, often featuring rows of stone benches with appropriately spaced holes. The design incorporated drainage channels beneath the seating area, allowing waste to be carried away efficiently. These public facilities not only addressed the needs of the less affluent members of society but also served as important social gathering points, reflecting the integrated nature of sanitation and community life. Perhaps most remarkable was the establishment of a dedicated workforce to maintain these sanitation systems. Records from temple archives indicate the existence of specialized cleaners or drain keepers, whose primary responsibility was to ensure the proper functioning of the city's drainage infrastructure. These workers regularly inspected and cleaned the pipes, removed blockages, and repaired damaged sections. Their systematic approach to maintenance demonstrates the Sumerians' recognition of the long-term requirements for sustainable sanitation. The Mesopotamian contribution to sanitation extended beyond mere functionality to encompass public health considerations. The separation of drinking water sources from waste disposal channels, though not always perfectly implemented, represents an early understanding of contamination prevention. Wells and cisterns were strategically located uphill from residential areas and drainage systems, while waste outlets were positioned downstream. This spatial organization, combined with regular cleaning rituals and purification ceremonies, helped mitigate the spread of waterborne diseases. The legacy of Mesopotamian sanitation engineering can be observed in several subsequent civilizations. The principle of gravity-fed drainage, the use of durable materials for piping, and the concept of municipal waste management all found echoes in later societies. The Babylonians, successors to the Sumerian tradition, further refined these systems, particularly under King Nebuchadnezzar II, who expanded and improved the capital city's infrastructure. Their innovations included more sophisticated filtering mechanisms and better waterproofing techniques using bitumen sealants. Even the ceremonial aspects of Mesopotamian sanitation had lasting cultural impacts. Religious texts and administrative records frequently mention purification rituals associated with waste disposal, establishing a connection between physical cleanliness and spiritual purity that would influence numerous future civilizations. The careful documentation of sanitation practices in cuneiform tablets also set a precedent for recording and transmitting technical knowledge across generations. The sophistication of Mesopotamian sanitation systems must be understood within the context of their time. While modern standards might find fault with certain aspects of their implementation, the fundamental principles they established, systematic waste removal, separation of clean and contaminated water, regular maintenance, and public accessibility, remain cornerstones of contemporary sanitation practices. Their pioneering efforts laid the groundwork for subsequent advancements while demonstrating that even in ancient times, the management of human waste was recognized as a critical component of urban living and public health. The Indus Valley Civilization, flourishing between 200 and 600 and 1900 BCE, presents one of history's most remarkable achievements in urban sanitation. Mohenjo-daro, literally translating to Mound of the Dead, stands as a testament to the sophisticated engineering capabilities of its inhabitants, particularly evident in their revolutionary approach to waste management. Unlike contemporaneous civilizations that struggled with urban hygiene, the Indus Valley people developed a comprehensive sanitation system that would not be rivaled until modern times. At the heart of Mohenjo-daro's sanitation infrastructure lay an intricate network of covered drains that ran beneath every street. These drains, measuring approximately 2 feet deep and 18 inches wide, were constructed with precision-cut bricks and sealed with gypsum mortar to prevent leakage. The uniformity of their construction throughout the city speaks to a centralized planning authority that enforced strict building codes. Each house, regardless of its size or location, connected to this main drainage system through precisely aligned pipes and channels, ensuring equal access to sanitation services for all residents. The residential architecture of Mohenjo-daro incorporated unprecedented features for its time. Every home, from modest dwellings to expansive mansions, featured indoor bathrooms and dedicated latrine rooms. These facilities typically occupied the ground floor and were strategically positioned adjacent to exterior walls, facilitating direct connection to the municipal drainage system. The toilets themselves consisted of brick seats arranged over ceramic pots or directly above vertical shafts that emptied into the main sewers. Remarkably, these shafts were designed with ventilation openings to prevent unpleasant odors from permeating living spaces. Water supply and drainage formed an inseparable pair in the Indus Valley sanitation strategy. The city's planners had constructed numerous wells, spaced approximately every 3rd Street intersection, ensuring easy access to fresh water for all residents. These wells, reaching depths of up to 30 meters, were lined with specially designed bricks to prevent contamination. The proximity of clean water sources to residential areas enabled regular cleaning of latrines and personal hygiene practices, contributing significantly to public health. Archaeological evidence suggests that residents maintained strict separation between water supply and waste disposal, with wells consistently located upstream from drainage outlets. The sophistication of Mohenjo-daro's sanitation system extended beyond mere functionality to include regular maintenance protocols. Specialized workers, identifiable through distinctive tools found in archaeological sites, were responsible for cleaning and repairing the drainage network. These maintenance crews regularly inspected the underground channels, removing accumulated debris and applying fresh sealant where necessary. The consistent quality of repairs throughout the city's history indicates the presence of trained professionals rather than casual laborers. One of the most striking features of Mohenjo-daro's sanitation infrastructure was its comprehensive coverage. Unlike other ancient civilizations where advanced sanitation facilities were restricted to temples or palaces, the Indus Valley system served all segments of society equally, whether wealthy merchants or common laborers. All residents enjoyed access to similar quality sanitation facilities. This egalitarian approach to urban infrastructure suggests a society that valued public health and hygiene as fundamental civic responsibilities rather than privileges reserved for the elite. The efficiency of Moendaro's drainage system was enhanced by clever engineering solutions. The builders incorporated inspection chambers at regular intervals along the main drains, allowing maintenance workers to access the system without disturbing street surfaces. These chambers featured removable stone covers and were large enough for workers to enter and perform necessary repairs. Additionally, the entire system was designed with a gentle gradient to ensure proper water flow, utilizing precisely calculated elevations that maintained adequate velocity for waste removal. The integration of sanitation facilities with other urban amenities further underscores the sophistication of Indus Valley planning. Public baths, essential components of daily life, were connected to the same drainage network as residential areas. These bathing complexes featured waterproof floors sloping towards central drains, ensuring efficient water removal. The presence of dedicated laundry areas and ritual cleansing spaces within the drainage system demonstrates how sanitation infrastructure supported various aspects of urban life beyond mere waste disposal. Perhaps most impressively, the Indus Valley civilization achieved this level of sanitation sophistication without the benefit of iron tools or advanced machinery. Their success rested entirely on meticulous planning, skilled craftsmanship, and a deep understanding of hydraulic principles. The durability of their brickwork and the longevity of their drainage system testify to the exceptional quality of their construction technique. Even after thousands of years, many of these structures remain intact, providing valuable insights into ancient engineering practices. The sanitation system of Moenjaro also reflects the civilization's approach to urban planning and social organization. The grid-like layout of the city, with streets intersecting at right angles, facilitated the logical placement of drainage channels. This geometric orderliness extended to the positioning of public facilities, markets, and residential areas, all interconnected by the same drainage network. The systematic approach to urban development suggests a highly organized society with clear administrative structures capable of implementing and maintaining complex infrastructure projects. The legacy of Moenjaro's sanitation system extends far beyond its immediate historical context. Its principles of comprehensive coverage, regular maintenance, and integration with water supply networks foreshadowed modern sanitation practices. The emphasis on universal access to sanitation facilities, regardless of social status, represents an early manifestation of public health awareness that would not be widely adopted again until the 20th century. Moreover, the technical solutions employed by Indus Valley engineers, from gradient calculations to waterproofing techniques, continue to influence contemporary sanitation design. The decline of the Indus Valley civilization remains shrouded in mystery, but its sanitation achievements stand as a testament to human ingenuity. The sophisticated infrastructure of Mohenjo-Daro demonstrates that ancient peoples were capable of extraordinary organizational and engineering feats when motivated by the pursuit of public health and urban sustainability. Their legacy serves as both an inspiration and a reminder that effective sanitation systems require careful planning, skilled execution, and committed maintenance, principles that remain relevant in addressing global sanitation challenges today. The Roman Empire's approach to sanitation represents a pinnacle of ancient engineering achievement, where practical necessity merged seamlessly with architectural grandeur. At the heart of Roman sanitation stood the Cloaca Maxima, an engineering marvel that began as an open canal in the 6th century BCE and evolved into a sophisticated underground sewer system. This monumental structure, still partially functional today, exemplifies the Romans' systematic approach to urban waste management and their unwavering commitment to public health. Roman sanitation infrastructure operated on an unprecedented scale, integrating multiple systems to create what modern engineers would recognize as a complete urban water management network. The aqueducts, arguably Rome's most famous contribution to hydraulic engineering, served a dual purpose beyond their primary function of delivering fresh water. These gravity-fed channels, stretching hundreds of kilometers from distant springs and mountain sources, provided the necessary water pressure and volume to power the city's extensive flushing systems. The Aqua Appia, constructed in 312 BCE, marked the beginning of Rome's aqueduct era, culminating in 11 major aqueducts by the time of Emperor Trajan. The genius of Roman sanitation lay in its comprehensive integration of water supply and waste removal. Public latrines, or forca, exemplified this synergy. These facilities, often accommodating 20 to 40 patrons simultaneously, featured marble seats arranged over continuous water channels. Fresh water flowed constantly beneath the seating area, carrying waste away through precisely angled drainage pipes. The design incorporated sophisticated ventilation systems and decorative elements, transforming utilitarian spaces into architectural showpieces that reflected Roman civic pride. Private sanitation facilities in Roman households demonstrated equal attention to detail and engineering precision. Wealthy citizens installed hypocaust systems, sophisticated underfloor heating networks that doubled as ventilation for their latrines. These facilities connected to the municipal sewer system through carefully graded ceramic pipes, ensuring efficient waste removal. The standardization of pipe diameters and connection points across the empire speaks to the existence of detailed building codes and professional engineering standards. Roman engineers approached waste management with a holistic perspective that extended beyond mere functionality. The construction of public baths, known as thermae, represented a unique fusion of sanitation, social interaction, and architectural splendor. These complexes featured multiple pools of varying temperatures, steam rooms, and exercise areas, all serviced by elaborate water circulation and drainage systems. The baths of Caracalla, completed in 2118 CE, could accommodate up to 1,600 bathers simultaneously, showcasing the scale at which Romans implemented their sanitation philosophy. The maintenance of Rome's sanitation infrastructure required a dedicated workforce of specialized technicians. The office of Curator Aquarum oversaw the operation of aqueducts and public water systems, commanding a staff of engineers, inspectors, and laborers. Regular cleaning schedules, documented in surviving administrative records, ensured the proper functioning of drainage channels and prevented blockages. Specialized tools, including long-handled scrapers and augers, were developed specifically for sewer maintenance, indicating the sophistication of Roman cleaning techniques. Roman sanitation engineering incorporated innovative solutions to address specific challenges. The development of the siphon system allowed water to traverse valleys and uneven terrain without losing pressure, enabling the extension of aqueduct networks to previously inaccessible areas. Lead pipes, despite later concerns about toxicity, provided durable conduits for water distribution, while bronze valves and fittings ensured precise control over water flow. The use of settling tanks and filtration basins demonstrated an understanding of water purification principles that anticipated modern treatment methods. The social dimension of Roman sanitation cannot be overstated. Public latrines and baths served as important venues for social interaction and civic engagement. Entrance fees were kept affordable to ensure accessibility for all social classes, promoting a sense of shared civic responsibility. The design of these facilities, with their marble finishes, mosaic decorations, and artistic embellishments, reflected the Roman belief that sanitation infrastructure should inspire pride and contribute to the aesthetic enrichment of urban spaces. Roman sanitation practices extended beyond the capital to provincial cities throughout the empire. The standardization of engineering techniques and construction methods facilitated the replication of successful designs across diverse geographical regions. Cities such as Pompeii and Herculaneum featured sophisticated drainage systems that mirrored those of Rome itself, demonstrating the empire's commitment to maintaining consistent standards of public health and hygiene in all its territories. The legacy of Roman sanitation engineering endures in modern infrastructure. Principles such as gravity-fed water flow, separation of clean and wastewater channels, and systematic maintenance schedules remain fundamental to contemporary sanitation design. The Roman emphasis on combining functionality with architectural beauty continues to influence public works projects worldwide. Their pioneering use of pressurized water systems and standardized pipe networks laid the groundwork for modern plumbing technology, while their approach to urban planning demonstrated the importance of integrating sanitation infrastructure with other civic amenities. Perhaps most significantly, the Roman experience illustrates the profound impact that comprehensive sanitation systems can have on public health and urban development. The empire's ability to maintain clean cities supported its demographic expansion and economic prosperity. The low incidence of waterborne diseases in Roman urban centers, compared to other contemporary civilizations, testifies to the effectiveness of their sanitation strategies. This success story serves as a powerful reminder of the critical role that investment in sanitation infrastructure plays in shaping healthy, thriving communities. The landscape of ancient sanitation reveals a fascinating tapestry of regional variations, each shaped by distinct environmental conditions, cultural values, and available resources. In East Asia, particularly China, sanitation practices evolved along markedly different lines from their Western counterparts. The Han Dynasty, 2006 BCE, 2020 CE, witnessed the development of sophisticated cesspit systems, where waste collection became intertwined with agricultural practices. Unlike the flowing water systems favored by Mediterranean civilizations, Chinese engineers emphasized containment and reuse, recognizing the fertilizing potential of human waste. Night soil collectors became respected members of society, their work vital to maintaining the fertility of rice paddies and other crops, creating a closed-loop system that minimized waste while maximizing resource utilization. Japanese approaches to sanitation during the Nara and Heian periods, 710 to 1085 CE, similarly reflected a deep understanding of environmental harmony. The introduction of wooden chamber pots and the development of specialized waste collection vessels demonstrated a culture that valued both practicality and aesthetic refinement. Unlike the communal focus of Roman facilities, Japanese sanitation emphasized privacy and ritual cleanliness. The integration of toilet facilities with traditional bathing practices created a unique synthesis of hygiene and spiritual purification, where the act of waste elimination became part of a broader cultural framework of cleanliness and respect. In contrast, Mesoamerican civilizations such as the Maya and Aztec developed ingenious solutions adapted to their tropical environments. The Maya constructed sophisticated limestone-lined latrines that took advantage of natural karst formations, allowing waste to drain into underground cavern systems. These facilities often featured elaborate carvings and decorations, reflecting their sacred significance. The Aztecs, constrained by their island capital of Tenochtitlan, developed floating gardens and complex canal systems that incorporated waste management into their aquatic urban design. Their approach emphasized water recycling and nutrient recovery, with waste products carefully processed for agricultural use. The Islamic Golden Age, 8th to 14th centuries CE, witnessed remarkable innovations in sanitation that bridged Eastern and Western traditions. The cities like Baghdad and Cordoba featured advanced sewer systems combined with public bathhouses, hammams that served both hygienic and social functions. Islamic engineers introduced sophisticated water-raising devices and filtration systems, while religious teachings emphasized personal cleanliness as a spiritual duty. The development of paper production in China during the Tang Dynasty 1600 CE eventually spread westward through Islamic lands, revolutionizing personal hygiene practices and influencing European habits centuries later. The Southeast Asian civilizations, particularly Angkor and Srivijaya, developed unique sanitation solutions adapted to monsoon climates and dense jungle environments. The Khmer Empire's massive reservoirs and canal systems at Angkor Wat not only served irrigation needs but also functioned as sophisticated waste management infrastructure. Their hydraulic engineering achievements, including precisely engineered spillways and sediment traps, demonstrated an understanding of water management that rivaled contemporary Mediterranean civilizations. The Srivijayan Maritime Empire, centered in Sumatra, developed specialized shipboard sanitation systems that allowed for extended ocean voyages, incorporating waste collection methods that prevented contamination of precious freshwater supplies. European medieval sanitation practices, evolving from Roman foundations, took divergent paths following the empire's decline. Northern European communities developed sophisticated wooden privy systems, often constructed over waterways or featuring removable containers for waste collection. The Viking Age saw the development of specialized waste management techniques aboard longships, while their settlements featured carefully planned drainage systems that accounted for harsh climatic conditions. Meanwhile, Byzantine engineers preserved and adapted Roman sanitation technologies, incorporating them into their own urban planning schemes with characteristic Eastern influences. African civilizations demonstrated remarkable adaptability in their sanitation solutions. Great Zimbabwe's stone-walled enclosures featured sophisticated drainage systems that managed both rainfall and waste, while West African empires like Mali and Ghana developed specialized waste collection methods suited to their urban centers' dense populations. The Swahili coast's trading cities incorporated Middle Eastern and Indian Ocean basin sanitation practices, creating hybrid systems that reflected their cosmopolitan character. In Egypt, the Fatimid dynasty 909–171 CE maintained and expanded upon ancient Nile-based sanitation infrastructure, demonstrating continuity in water management practices spanning millennia. The Americas outside Mesoamerica also developed distinctive sanitation traditions. The ancestral Puebloans of the American Southwest constructed elaborate cliff dwellings with integrated waste management systems that took advantage of natural rock formations. Their kivas, or ceremonial chambers, featured sophisticated ventilation and drainage features that served both practical and spiritual purposes. The Mississippian culture's mound-building societies incorporated waste management into their urban planning, with carefully positioned refuse areas and water collection systems that supported their large ceremonial centers. These regional variations in sanitation practices reflect deeper cultural priorities and environmental adaptations. While Mediterranean civilizations emphasized flowing water systems and public facilities, many Eastern traditions focused on containment, reuse, and private facilities. Tropical civilizations developed solutions that worked with, rather than against, their challenging environments, while desert-dwelling peoples mastered water conservation and recycling techniques. The diversity of these approaches demonstrates humanity's remarkable capacity to develop appropriate sanitation solutions, tailored to specific circumstances, while also highlighting the universal importance placed on waste management across cultures and epochs. The evolution of ancient sanitation systems reveals far more than mere technical achievements. It serves as a window into the deepest layers of societal organization, cultural values, and social hierarchies. Across civilizations, the design and implementation of waste management infrastructure consistently reflected prevailing attitudes toward class distinctions, religious beliefs, and gender roles. In ancient Egypt, for instance, The elaborate bathroom facilities, discovered in noble tombs, suggest that access to sophisticated sanitation was considered a privilege worthy of preservation in the afterlife. These facilities often featured separate chambers for men and women, mirroring the rigid gender segregation that characterized Egyptian society, while their ornate decorations indicated the owner's elevated social status. Religious beliefs profoundly influenced sanitation practices throughout the ancient world. Hindu scriptures from the Vedic period, 1500–500 BCE, prescribed specific rituals for bodily cleansing, establishing a connection between personal hygiene and spiritual purity that continues to shape Indian sanitation practices today. The caste system further complicated waste management, as handling human waste became associated with lower social orders, creating enduring social stigmas that persist in various forms to this day. Similarly, Shinto beliefs in Japan emphasized ritual purity, leading to the development of specialized cleansing spaces that separated toilet facilities from living areas through elaborate architectural arrangements. Social hierarchies manifested prominently in the distribution of sanitation resources. Roman public latrines, while theoretically accessible to all citizens, featured seating arrangements that subtly reinforced social distinctions. Premium locations near entrances or with better ventilation were often reserved for wealthier patrons, while less desirable spots were left for the lower classes. The presence of attendants and the requirement to pay entrance fees, even if nominal, created additional barriers for the poorest citizens. In contrast, the Indus Valley civilization's remarkably egalitarian approach to sanitation, where every home, regardless of size, featured similar quality facilities, suggests a society with different social priorities and organizational principles. Gender dynamics played a crucial role in shaping sanitation infrastructure across cultures. Greek and Roman public baths, while technically open to both sexes, often operated on separate schedules or maintained distinct sections, reflecting deeply ingrained notions of modesty and propriety. In Islamic societies, the development of separate hammam facilities for men and women demonstrated how religious and cultural norms influence the design of sanitation spaces. The careful consideration of female privacy in these facilities speaks to broader societal attitudes toward women's mobility and public presence. The labor associated with sanitation maintenance revealed complex social relationships. In Imperial China, night soil collectors held a unique position in society, their essential work conferring a degree of respect despite the nature of their occupation. This contrasts sharply with many Western societies, where waste management labor traditionally carried strong social stigma. The organization of maintenance workforces in ancient Rome, with their specialized guilds and administrative structures, suggests a sophisticated understanding of labor specialization and social stratification within urban service sectors. Class distinctions often determined not only access to sanitation facilities, but also the quality and maintenance of these systems. Wealthy Roman households invested in elaborate hypocaust systems and imported marble fixtures for their private latrines, while poorer citizens relied on communal facilities that received less frequent maintenance. Similar patterns emerged in medieval European cities, where aristocratic residences featured sophisticated drainage systems that emptied into shared public channels, sometimes to the detriment of lower-class neighborhoods located downstream. The integration of sanitation facilities with other aspects of urban life reflected broader cultural values. In Buddhist monasteries across Asia, toilet facilities were deliberately situated in relation to meditation halls and dining areas according to specific philosophical principles. These arrangements embodied the religion's teachings about mindfulness and detachment, transforming mundane acts into opportunities for spiritual reflection. Similarly, the placement of public baths and latrines in Islamic cities often responded to both practical considerations and religious requirements regarding ritual purity and community cohesion. The emergence of specialized professions related to sanitation speaks to the institutionalization of social hierarchies. From Roman curators cloacarum to Chinese night soil merchants, these occupations carried specific social meanings and statuses that varied across cultures. The training and organization of these professionals often paralleled broader trends in craft specialization and guild formation, indicating how sanitation work became embedded in larger social and economic systems. Perhaps most revealing are the ways different societies addressed the intersection of public health and social responsibility. The comprehensive nature of Indus Valley sanitation systems suggests a collective approach to public welfare, while the more privatized Roman model reflects different assumptions about individual versus communal obligations. These choices in infrastructure design and maintenance responsibility reveal fundamental differences in how societies conceptualized the relationship between personal comfort and public good. The study of ancient sanitation systems thus provides invaluable insights into the complex web of social relationships that defined past civilizations. From the spatial organization of facilities to the distribution of maintenance responsibilities, every aspect of waste management infrastructure carried meaning beyond its practical function. These systems served as physical manifestations of cultural values, social hierarchies, and community organization, shaping and being shaped by the societies that created them. Understanding these connections helps explain why different civilizations developed such diverse approaches to essentially similar challenges, and how these choices influenced broader patterns of social development and cultural evolution. The journey through ancient sanitation systems reveals a remarkable continuity in human problem-solving approaches, while simultaneously highlighting the dramatic evolution of technical capabilities. The Dedin modern sanitation infrastructure fundamentally rests upon principles established by our ancient predecessors, yet the transformation from rudimentary clay pipes to advanced wastewater treatment plants represents one of humanity's most significant technological leaps. Contemporary systems retain the core concepts of gravity-fed flow, separation of clean and waste water, and systematic maintenance schedules pioneered by ancient engineers, while incorporating sophisticated materials and digital monitoring technologies unimaginable to earlier civilizations. The parallels between ancient and modern sanitation extend beyond mere technical similarities to encompass organizational principles and public health considerations. Just as the Indus Valley civilization implemented comprehensive coverage for all citizens, modern urban planning emphasizes universal access to sanitation facilities as a fundamental human right. The Roman practice of dedicating specialized workforces to maintenance finds its contemporary equivalent in modern water utility departments, though now augmented with advanced diagnostic tools and automated systems. However, the scale and complexity of modern sanitation challenges demand solutions that transcend ancient precedents, particularly in addressing population densities and environmental concerns unimaginable to our ancestors. Technological advancements have revolutionized waste management in ways that ancient engineers could scarcely have conceived. Modern sewage treatment plants employ biological, chemical, and physical processes to purify water to levels suitable for reuse or safe discharge into natural ecosystems. Membrane filtration systems, activated sludge processes, and anaerobic digesters represent quantum leaps beyond simple settling tanks and filtration basins. The development of smart water management systems, incorporating real-time sensors and artificial intelligence algorithms, enables predictive maintenance and optimized resource allocation, solving problems of scale and efficiency that plagued ancient systems. Environmental considerations have emerged as a defining feature of contemporary sanitation infrastructure, marking a significant departure from ancient practices, where past civilizations often discharged untreated waste into natural waterways. Modern systems incorporate stringent environmental protection measures. Advanced treatment technologies remove pharmaceutical residues, microplastics, and other emerging contaminants that pose threats to aquatic ecosystems. The integration of green infrastructure elements, such as constructed wetlands and permeable pavements, reflects a holistic approach to urban water management that builds upon but transcends ancient drainage concepts. The materials revolution has transformed sanitation infrastructure, from its ancient clay and stone foundations to sophisticated composite materials and corrosion-resistant alloys. Modern PVC and HDPE pipes offer superior durability and flexibility compared to their ceramic and lead predecessors, while advances in concrete technology enable the construction of massive treatment facilities capable of serving millions of people. The development of water-saving fixtures and low-flow systems addresses contemporary concerns about water scarcity, a challenge that ancient civilizations, with their relatively abundant water resources, rarely needed to confront. Digital transformation has fundamentally altered sanitation management paradigms. Geographic Information Systems, GIS, enable precise mapping of underground infrastructure, eliminating the trial and error approaches of ancient maintenance crews. Remote monitoring systems track water quality parameters in real time, preventing contamination events that could have catastrophic consequences in densely populated modern cities. The Internet of Things, IoT, connects household appliances to municipal systems, optimizing water usage and enabling predictive maintenance at unprecedented scales. Social and economic factors have reshaped the implementation of sanitation infrastructure in ways that reflect both continuity and change from ancient patterns. Like their Roman predecessors, modern societies recognize the importance of public investment in sanitation for public health and economic development. However, contemporary systems must address challenges of unprecedented urbanization, climate change, and resource constraints that ancient civilizations never faced. The development of decentralized sanitation solutions, such as on-site treatment systems and water recycling technologies, responds to these modern pressures while drawing inspiration from ancient practices of localized waste management. The evolution of sanitation infrastructure demonstrates humanity's capacity for incremental improvement while occasionally achieving paradigm-shifting breakthroughs. From the simple gravity-fed systems of Mohenjo-Daro to the sophisticated membrane bioreactors of today's treatment plants, each generation has built upon the knowledge of its predecessors while adapting to new challenges and opportunities. The principles of systematic waste removal, regular maintenance, and public health protection remain constant, but their implementation has grown exponentially more sophisticated and effective. Looking forward, the trajectory of sanitation infrastructure development suggests continued convergence of ancient wisdom with cutting-edge technology. Emerging fields such as nanotechnology, artificial intelligence, and biotechnology promise to further revolutionize waste management practices. Concepts like closed-loop water systems and circular economy approaches echo ancient practices of resource recovery, while employing modern scientific understanding. The challenge lies in maintaining the fundamental lessons learned from past civilizations, the importance of systematic planning, regular maintenance, and universal access, while embracing technological innovation to address contemporary challenges. The story of sanitation infrastructure development serves as a powerful reminder of humanity's ongoing relationship with its environment. Ancient civilizations demonstrated remarkable ingenuity in managing waste within the constraints of their time, while modern societies face the challenge of scaling these solutions to unprecedented levels, while addressing new environmental and social imperatives. The evolution from simple clay pipes to smart water grids encapsulates not just technological progress but humanity's persistent commitment to improving living conditions through systematic problem solving and infrastructure development.